Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Gratitude and Gains on the Who You Know Show, where we're going to move our bodies, we're going to share our gratitude, set our goals, and keep our momentum moving forward. Super excited you're here with me this morning. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat down below. All right? Rep your city, rep your hood. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go. And if this is your first time joining us, I want you to put a 1 in the chat, okay? If you're just watching, tuning in, you've never been here before, you're like, what the heck is this guy doing with a weighted vest running around looking like a fool, all right? That's cool. Just put a 1 in the chat, okay, if this is your first time here. If you've been here before, I want you to put a 2 in the chat. And let's go ahead and get started. So this morning, as I was going through my gratitude and my goals, there were a few things that I wrote down that I'm grateful for. So number one, first thing I wrote down, I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak at AI Marketing World this week. I'm going to be going there today. The conference runs Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I'm going to be sharing how AI and podcasting can be used to serve others and inspire positive change. And I'm real excited about that, especially in those highly regulated industries like financial services, or maybe you're in the healthcare industry, or, you know, just an area where, listen, it's highly regulated and what you say can get you in trouble. So I want to make sure to help people unleash their voice so that they can actually speak up, speak out, and get the results that they're looking to in today's world. So I'm excited about that because I get to go share a little bit of the things that I've learned along the way on how to use AI to help you do that and unleash your voice in highly regulated industries. All right. And that journey that I had to work with, there's a man, Scott Simpson. He's one of the people that run that conference. And it used to be Video Marketing World. And I've worked with him several times. I've emceed the conference before. I've done podcast interviews at the conference a few years where I interviewed the speakers and I interviewed attendees at the conference. And this year, I'm doing a talk about how to use AI to unleash your voice in the podcasting space, especially in highly regulated industries. So excited and grateful for that opportunity. And want to give a shout out to Scott Simpson and Austin Armstrong, who are running that conference. Excited to come see you guys today. So I'm getting ready, getting my blood pumped right now. All right. The other thing I'm grateful for, energy of anticipation. Okay. What do I mean by that? Well, for being in rooms where new ideas and divine opportunities collide, right? And that's what a conference really is. So for those of you that attend, self-development type conferences, business conferences, things like that. If you've ever been to something like that, put a 3 in the chat. I'd love to hear from you because that's what it is for me. It's a place where you can get new ideas, you can get creativity, you can get inspired, you can get motivation, and don't forget divine opportunities, connections, relationships that start to form, that open up doors. So it's not always just the ideas. A lot of times it's the people, right? Just getting a collective group of like-minded people in the same room, right, can open up all kinds of opportunities. So I'm excited about that, get out and get to go shake some hands and all that good stuff. So excited and grateful. I'm also Grateful for the reminder this morning as I was going through the scripture, and I'll get to that in a second, but the reminder of when I'm tired or drained, guys, that God still flows through me when I show up with a servant's heart, when I serve other people. That's one of the things that fills my cup. And I'm always pouring out. I'm always giving, always sharing, always trying to pour out on other people to uplift other people. My audience is often very broken, very lost, people that are going through a very challenging season in their life. The job seeker community, they're out of work, their money's going backwards, they're stressed, they're dealing with rejection, and so I'm constantly pouring in, trying to uplift those people, trying to help them up, right? And oftentimes that can leave my cup empty, right? And so I get drained, I get tired, I get exhausted. I'm human, right? And so when that happens, the reminder that God still flows through me when I show up with a servant's heart, when I'm serving other people, oftentimes that will refill my cup. I had an experience just the other day at Frisco Connect when I was meeting with these job seekers, and there was someone who was really hurting. She was crying, and I could tell like she was at her wit's end. Have you ever been at your wit's end? You know what I'm talking about? Where you just feel like you're at the end of your rope. Well, that's where she was at. And I had to pull her aside and just really preach and, shine love onto her and just really, take care of her. I could tell she was hurting. And gave her some strategies, some ideas, some hope, some encouragement, lifted her up. And I'm going to tell you, that filled my cup back up. Bloop, right? Just filled me right back up. So excited about that, just a reminder that our source, it's not a horizontal, it's vertical, right? It's a vertical source of energy and light and hope and love, right? And I hope to be more of that. I want to shine more of that. That's part of my goal, right? You'll hear in a moment as I write down, my gratitude and goals for the day. One of my goals is to be more of a light in the world. We need more of it. This world's pretty dark. We need more light. So there you go. Another thing that I'm grateful for is the gift of communication, right? I'm grateful for my voice. I'm grateful for the gift that God has given me. I mean, he's literally given me a gift where this, my gift of communication has been able to produce income for myself. Literally, I've been in sales, marketing, and, really creating opportunities and revenue for myself using this my entire life, right? Well, I mean, ever since I got out of, I think I was bussing tables or something like that, or working in restaurants, but after that, it was sales. I got into sales and started making money with my gift of gab. So I'm grateful for my gift of communication, right? And at one point, it was all about creating money. And then it became about being the best. And my priorities have just shifted. Now it's not really about that. That's an ancillary product of being a voice that can encourage people, can uplift people, and can guide people towards hope. Like, that's my goal and my mission. I mean, I just had a meeting with a mentor of mine, and he asked me what my like what my target goal in production was. He's like, what do you want to hit this year? You want to be, you know, presidents, chairmans, like we have these different levels of production. And I was like, and I know this probably, some of you business people are going to be like, but I was like, you know what? I'm not even really looking at that. Like, I really don't, that's not my target anymore. My target isn't a level of production or, you know, a certain trophy or a plaque anymore. It used to be on top, to be number one. But I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I've done that so many times, and honestly, it leaves you unfulfilled. Yeah, you got money in the bank. Yeah, you got a plaque with your name on it. Yeah, you might get a dinner where everybody cheers, claps for you. You get to go on stage, and everyone's like, yay, you're the best. For like 24 hours. And then you're only as good as your last month production or whatever. I mean, it's just not fulfilling long term, right? Not saying that you don't go for goals, guys. I'm not saying that you don't try to strive to be number one or anything like that. But for me, I've done it so many times out on my career that I'm like, it just wasn't the thing that is my driver. My driver shifted. The thing that drives me now is being a positive voice of encouragement, uplifting people and guiding people towards hope. And I feel like if I can do that, you know, the rest will happen. And it does, right? Am I hitting the leaderboards as consistently as I was? No, I'm not. If I'm being honest with that, I'm not, because again, I'm not focused on that as a goal. I'm focused on people first. People is the goal. And you know what? I'm building a foundation, building a community. The rest is going to happen. I'm still hitting goals. I'm still producing well. Business is moving. I'm still providing for myself and eating well. I do okay. You know what I mean? But the difference is, when I look at both lives, the difference is on this side, I have fulfillment, you know, and I feel like I actually did something at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So anyway, that is something I wrote down that I'm grateful for, is my gift of communication. Gift of communication. There's a lot of people, guys, that couldn't just stand up here and run on a treadmill and just talk to themselves, okay? Like, I feel like I'm not talking to myself because there's people on the other side, right? There's a lot of people that couldn't just get up and just for 30, 40 minutes. People struggle with that, and I got it down, you know? So anyway, I'm grateful for the gift of gab, if you will. So a couple other things that I wrote down this morning. I was going through my scripture, reading the word this morning, and there was 1 Kings 19 is what I what I read. See, I was just talking about the gift of gab, and now I can't even talk. But 1 Kings 19, Elijah's exhaustion and God's whisper. So remember how I was just talking about being tired and being exhausted, right? It happens. Sometimes I'm pouring out. I'm always pouring out on other people, and I feel like my cup is empty, you know? It happens. I'm sure that you can relate to that. But as I was reading this, after a great victory, so success, Elijah ran into the wilderness weary. He was tired. He was fearful and ready to give up. But God didn't rebuke him. He refreshed him. He fed him, spoke to him, not in the wind, the fire, or the earthquake, but in a gentle whisper. So my takeaway there is, when you feel drained, God doesn't shout at us to keep pushing. He whispers rest, renewal, and direction. Okay? So think about that. This hustle culture that we live in, go, 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 move, 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 more, 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 more. Come on, y'all. It's gonna leave you. It's gonna leave you drained. It's gonna leave you empty. You're gonna burn out. Okay. And God doesn't shout at us to keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. He whispers rest, renewal, and direction. He tells us where to go next. All right. You got to rest. You got to recover, renew your mind, renew your strength. And then when you're ready, let's go. I'm going to show you where to go. Here's what you do next. But if you're constantly trying to figure out what's next from an empty cup, you're going to find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time, doing the wrong things. Rest, renew, recover, and then redirect, right? It gives us direction. So that was one of my takeaways from the word this morning. And also I have a daily devotional called Jesus Calling. It's this little book that has some little devotionals in it. It's pretty cool. Encourage you to check that out. It's real short devotionals. And this morning it was, you have been on a long uphill journey and your energy is almost spent. Talk to me about your struggles. I will put my thoughts in your mind and my song in your heart. So see how that just aligned, right, with what I'm talking about and the word that I read from the Bible and how this is aligned. Like, God does that sometimes. You ever notice that? Just starts to kind of connect dots, right? So you've been on a long uphill journey. How many of you have ever felt that way? You're just like running uphill, right? And your energy is almost spent. Well, it says, talk to me about your struggles. I'll put my thoughts in your mind, my song in your heart. So again, the takeaway is that God invites us to replace complaints with conversation. Oftentimes, we get in a place where maybe we're tired and we go to a place of, complaining. I'm guilty of this, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now. I can be the worst. Remember how I told you I had the gift of gab? But man, I tell you what, power of life and death are in the tongue. And I can be that person to just complain. I can be my own worst enemy, y'all. Instead of complaining, start praising. Go to God, have a conversation, talk to him instead. Vent instead of venting to the world, vent to the Creator. I mean, he's the one that can solve your problems anyway, right? And he's going to actually start to restore your perspective and to give you peace, right? So that's the takeaway from that daily devotional called Jesus Calling. Y'all might want to check that out. It's pretty cool. All right. So just some personal reflection. Today, I'm aware that my energy has been low. I woke up this morning with a low energy. Y'all might not think that. I'm up here on the treadmill and talking to you, la, 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 la. You might think I've been like, oh man, this guy's got energy for days. Well, I woke up this morning kind of in a haze, kind of in a like a funk a little bit. It's easy to feel stretched and to feel like you're spread thin when you're constantly juggling business and ministry and speaking and studying and working out and dating and just life. You can feel like there's not enough hours in the day and you're being, stretched. But God reminded me this morning that even Elijah needed rest before revival, right? Needed some time to decompress So I'm praying to be refilled today. I'm excited that I get to go to this conference because I can kind of just set aside a lot of these things that I'm doing over here, just put that down for a moment and go be around like-minded people who can restore and creative ideas start to flow and all of these things. And I'm praying that the Holy Spirit flows through me, that I can walk into every conversation today at AI Marketing World and to be a beacon of light and joy and love and serve other people. I want to find somebody there. You know, my prayer today is really that I can find someone there that I can serve, that I can help, right? Someone that may be at their wit's end. Maybe their business is struggling and I can show them, hey, look, here's how you can use AI to market your business and to create inbound leads for yourself. So you're not constantly chasing, but you're attracting, right? Maybe I can, be a beacon of hope for someone there. And that's my prayer this morning, that I can just reach one. I just want to reach one person today. I think that's another important lesson for everybody listening. I don't remember who I heard say this, but each one reach one. Each one reach one. Imagine that. If everybody out there on a daily basis just help one person every day, help one person every day. Each one reach one. Imagine how much better this world would be if we all just did that and implemented that every single day. Anyway, going off on a tangent. So again, my goals for today: show up at AI Marketing World. I want to be full of energy, full of the Spirit, ready to inspire, ready to connect, ready to lift other people up. Stay grounded in gratitude, in joy throughout the day. Be a magnetic light that attracts, right? I want people to, when they come around me in my energy, I want to naturally lift people up. You ever been around somebody when they walk in the room, like they light up the room, right? I want to be more of that. You know what I mean? Not the opposite. Remember I told you I have both ways I could be about me. I could definitely be negative and complain, and I could do that too. And that person also, that person is a detracts. It makes people run away from you. But they also, what's interesting about that person is those complainers oftentimes will attract other complainers. And so you'll just have a circle of people just blah, 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 blah. Complaining. Anyway, if you guys recognize those types of people, what I would say is try to get in that group real fast, shine some light. Because the darkness can't be around the light. Okay, shine some light, and maybe you'll scatter that group a little bit. I'll be like, But anyway, so that's kind of my goal for today, is to be more of a magnetic light that attracts people, and to also continue to surrender my bad habits and my distractions. That any distraction that dims that light, anything that dims my light, I want to get rid of it, right? So those of you that have been following me on my journey, quit smoking, quit drinking. And right now I'm like, how many days is it? I think 25 days, no smoking, which is huge. I've been smoking since I was 10 years old, but not anymore. It's gone. It was killing my light. Literally. You want to know why I smoked? Because I was trying to wind down after a long day, right? After a long day, I was trying to wind down and relax. Literally, I was trying to kill my light. I still had more light. I had more light to shine, and I'm like trying to kill it every day. And I'm literally killing myself too. So I had to get rid of that. It's gone. I think it's 25 days, I think. Going strong. By the way, this is episode 20. Can you believe it? I just started this like not long ago. I'm already at episode 20. Now I know what Glenn Lundy's all about, man. Daily daily episodes. Woo, it's a whole nother level, y'all. Whole nother level. Super excited about that too. But those are my goals for the day. They're simple, right? Nothing huge. I just want to go the AM marketing world, be a light, show up full of energy, inspire others, connect with others, right? And see if I can help one person today. That's my goal, right? What's your goal? Tell me in the chat, what's your goal for today? Not these big, massive goals for the year and la, la, la. That's cool. You can write those down too. But I want to know what's your goal for today. What is the thing that if you accomplish today, you're like, yep, today was a great day. What is that? Tell me in the chat. And when's the last time you felt God whisper peace into your exhaustion? When you were feeling weary, you're feeling exhausted and tired and helpless and maybe like at your wit's end. When was the last time you felt God just kind of whisper, peace, be still? Like, chillax a little bit, all right? I got this. That's kind of what God does. God's like, yo, chillax, man. I got you. But you need to just chillax a little bit. You're freaking out a little bit. Chillax. I got you. And so that you can just kind of rest, right? When's the last time you felt that in your life? And then what habits or distractions steal your light? Think about that. What habits, what distractions steal your light? And what's one step you can take to release them today? I want you to reflect on that. Guys, I hope this show has been encouraging. I hope it's been uplifting, motivating, inspiring in some kind of way. Even if you're just laughing at me, that's cool. I'm cool with that too. But here's the deal. What I need you to do, hit that share button. Let's spread this message out. Hopefully it can help someone today. And I want you guys to also subscribe to the regular Who You Know Show podcast when I'm in studio and I'm interviewing some of today's top thought leaders, experts, motivational speakers, best-selling authors, coaches. We got celebrities, athletes, people that are doing big things, what I call world changers. And I'm interviewing their blueprint to success. What makes them, what helped them get to the level they're at? What pitfalls to avoid, right? How do we, success leaves clues, and how do we get there faster, right? So that's why I'm interviewing these people. Oftentimes, I'm looking for my own kind of like personalized coaching through them. I look at it as a way that I can get information that I can implement into my life, not just for you, but for me too. We're on it together. So I want you to subscribe to that. I got a lot of really cool stuff coming with the show. Been working on a whole new flow. You'll see it very soon. I've got a whole new editing team that's really putting some amazing things together, and I'm excited to share it with you. I'm still working on it right now, and I'm also building my own personalized studio. Right now I use a studio, professional studio in Dallas, but honestly, I got tired of paying for studio time when I already know how to do this stuff myself. So I have built a studio. I've actually just ordered new cameras. They're on the way. Got some Lumix. I think they're Lumix G85s on the way. So I'm excited about that. Building my own studio so I can not have to worry about, being there at a certain time and doing this and doing that. I can actually just go, create more. If I have a thought, boom, I can create an episode. It's right there in my office. So excited about that. Coming soon. But subscribe to the Who You Know Show podcast. And again, make sure to share this out. I'm going to show some love this morning. Let's see who we got with us. I see over there on Instagram, Maria Flores. Good to see you. We got Dina's with us. Good to see you. We got, let's see, Gina Frank. I'm probably saying that wrong. Franca 61. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's see who we got over here. Yo, my man Clint in the house. You know, oh, there's Tom. Good morning. Good to see you. Good morning. He says, call, get it, bro. Clint, shout out to you over there on Facebook. I see you because me and you had this conversation at my gym. Okay, I told you I was going to do this, right? And I told you the purpose of me doing this show. So Clint is a pastor, and one of my pastors actually. I still attend Covenant Church in McKinney, and he was a pastor there at Covenant Church in McKinney. And anyways, we go to the same gym, and we were talking. And I was telling him that I felt that I've been stronger in my faith before. Like I was telling him that I've had times in my life where I've been much stronger. And I know what I needed to do, right? I know I needed to do my gratitude, my goals, my reading of the Bible and prayer. And I like, we know what to do a lot of times, guys. We know what to do. And I said, but I need accountability, right? I need accountability. And so I said, you know what I'm going to do? I had an idea. I'm going to do a show where every single morning, okay, I'm going to get up. I have to do my gratitude, my goals. I got to read my Bible. I got to do all those things. And then I'm going to come share it. Because if I got to share it every morning, guess what I got to do? I got to do it, right? Accountability. So I told him that. And he's like, I love that. I think it's a great idea. Or you should definitely do that. So here I am, episode 20. Good to see you, Clint. And Tom is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. We got Chandra. Good morning. Good to see you over there on LinkedIn. We got Angelina in the house. Why did I say Angelina? Angeline. Golly. Still early. Have grace on me. Let's go. Each one, reach one. You're absolutely right. Amen and amen. Guys, thank you so much again for being with me this morning. If this is your first time tuning in, put a 1 in the chat for me right now. If this is your first time. If you've been here before, right, put a 2 in the chat, okay? Go ahead and do that right now. I see Tom says, love it, accountability. Absolutely. I mean, that's what it's about for me. I needed that accountability, and that's why I started this show, you know, and it's not this perfect, polished, it's not this perfect polished thing like I'm used to. I'm used to, like, you know, multi-camera studio, bada. And I thought about doing that in here. You know, you don't understand how long I had the thought and the vision, and I had been putting things in place and setting things up and getting this and getting that put up. And like, I was literally going to have multi-camera in here and like all the flash. And then I was like, you know what? One day I was like, let's just go. Forget it. So now I'm using, wish you guys could see it. I'm using my tablet as my camera. It's not even the best camera in the world, right? I got this little stupid thing. Okay, a little light. Boop. Okay. I don't care. Well, let's go. You know, I just had to get started. I can always elevate the experience later, but it's not really even about all that. I think it's more about the words, right? Tom says 2. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. And I need to connect with you. Me and you need to talk. I know we've been kind of like playing phone tag almost, right? About doing some collaboration. I've been watching you too, Tom. I'm watching your journey. You're doing great things, man. You really are. You're inspiring a lot of people. You're lifting a lot of people up. So I just want to say I appreciate you because I'm watching and I see you. All right. He says, real, live, authentic, real all day, bro. Absolutely. Let's rock. Let's roll. Let's go. Sometimes all the flash and the cameras and all of that, like all the extra, can water it down a little bit, the authenticity of it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tamra Andrus. So Tamra actually is where I kind of got this idea. I watched her do these daily like talks while she's riding like one of the little bikes. She's like, riding a little bike. And we do these little talks. And so it kind of gave me that idea. I was like, okay, I can do this too. Right? Yeah, today. Let's talk today, brother. Let's do it. Yes, absolutely. Phone call today. Let's collab. Love what you're doing, man. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, that's the show today. All right. That's what I got for you today. That was my message. And I hope y'all have an amazing, blessed day. Let's keep it rocking. Let's keep it rolling. Let's rock. Let's roll. Let's go. Have a blessed day. We'll talk to you soon.